have you figured out what you're going to write next in terms of a movie script or a book or something?
Yeah, so I've already finished a script. Script-wise, I have a script already with a director. UTV had it, so it's going to go on floors very soon. So a month or so. So that's already done. I have another script ready, which is for Prakash. So I've actually done my bit of finishing 2-3 scripts and stories, and now I'm going to start afresh with a new batch. So this batch that is done, I have 2 in Hindi, and yeah, and this book is out. So now I'm going to start. I don't know when will I start writing the book, but yes, the story I'm supposed to. I've been commissioned to write 2 more stories with 2 producers. So I have to finish that first, and then perhaps I'll start the third book.
So it's going to take a while, right?
Yeah, it'll be, I think, another 6 months before I start my next book.
Okay, just one final question. I'm curious to know, is there any idea or a story which you're too scared to revisit? Could be from any point of time in your life.
Actually, I wanted to write about Operation Blue Star.
Okay.
So, because I'm from Amritsar, and I had a very personal experience, although we were very young, but it was that long decade, you know, is something that we've lived very closely as a family, as people, and it's very close to my heart. I want to write about it, but as you know, it's not very easy to first to write about it. Secondly, you know, it's a topic that's not received very well from what I have been told by the authorities or by the government or whatever. Because I remember I approached a publisher with a story around that, and the legal department said that, you know, we'd like to refrain from writing too much about that. So that's something that I would like to write about, a story set in that time of Operation Blue Star, when there was terrorism and a lot of bloodshed and a lot of chaos, and there are lots of tragic stories. I've seen my friends' parents being killed. You know, it was a harrowing time, and people very close to me being affected by terrorism. So it's something that I definitely want to talk about and express, and I'm sure there'll be a right time when I'll be able to do that in the correct manner.
Was it a really tough time to grow up in Punjab during that decade, 80s?
You know, I was very, very young, but I still remember, you know, there were times that they're just flashes that I have, and of course a lot of emotional distress. I remember that my father for 2-3 days did not come back home, and it was feared that he's been, you know, taken by the terrorists. And not only my own father, but in my family, in my friends, neighbors, when people were not returning home, you didn't know what was happening. Were they stuck somewhere? Were they abducted? So there was a lot of emotional stress. Apart from that, you know, I remember that suddenly one fine day I had these, I remember these, because I was a little kid, these, I would call them big uncles, but now I remember they're just 17-year-old boys. So 17 to 18 to 19, I had these like 20-30 boys sleeping in my living room, because either they were, at that time you don't understand, but later I understood that, you know, there were times when people wanted to send their young boys in hiding because they were being taken from their houses. So any area which was safe, they were on the move. It was a very very difficult, harrowing time, and now I understood the depth of it. But at that time, when you're there, you know, I was very little, so I just remember from the surface of it. But as I grew up, the intensity of it only increased, not decreased, because I understood what was happening, and because we have suffered the consequences of that firsthand. So everything related to that becomes very personal, like every tragedy or every loss and any kind of atrocity becomes very, very personal. So yeah, this is something I would want to talk about, write about.
Right. Now, nowadays, a lot of people talk about drugs, you know, in Punjab, and the
Oh God, it's
influence it has.
terrible. Yes.
Is that a Punjab that you grew up in, or
Not at all. I feel so sad. You know, literally, it's like Punjab is dead. You know, I feel so sad because the statistics say 70%, 80% youth is on drugs, but you do not understand that line.